What's the best launch coaster that you can think of? Did any of you guys say Storm Runner? Well, if you did, then first off, I would be surprised, and second, you're right! Storm Runner at Hersheypark is an absolutely insane ride that I don't think gets enough praise for what it is. But before you all bombard me with comments like, oh but Velocicoaster, oh but Maverick, oh but Taiga, yes, I hear you. When I say launch coaster, I mean like one launch focused. No blitzes or multi-launches or anything like that. And in that category of launch focused, I think there's one coaster that reigns supreme. And like you may have been able to grasp from the beginning of this video, and the thumbnail, and the title, it is Storm Runner at Hersheypark. Now, before we get into the layout and my thoughts on the ride, let's break down some of the ride's quick stats. Storm Runner opened at Hersheypark on May 8th, 2004 and was manufactured by Intamin. It has a height of 150 feet, a drop of 180 feet, a top speed of 75 miles per hour, 3 inversions, and a track length of 2,600 feet, leading towards a ride duration of 50 seconds. Let's get into this extremely lengthy layout. Storm Runner, of course, starts off with an extremely powerful hydraulic launch. 0 to 75 miles per hour in 2 seconds. 2! Easily, this is the best launch that I've experienced to date, and the only thing that will ultimately rival this launch, at least to some degree in the near future for me, is Top Thrill 2, which will be faster, but will probably also be slightly weaker of a launch due to the LSMs. Either way, I did not expect this launch to be as good as it was. It was the best gut-punching experience of my life, and you have no time to breathe afterwards either, as you ascend the highest point of the ride after the launch, the top hat. The top hat provides some great views of the surrounding park, but don't get used to it, as you're then flung back to Earth, getting some amazing airtime before you're already rising back up into a Cobra loop? I don't really know how to describe this element, if I'm being completely honest. It feels like a dive loop or an Immelman or something like that, but it's really not. Either way, this is still a really fun part of the ride. However, after that, you rise into quite possibly the most disorienting single element of any roller coaster that I've experienced to date, the flying snake dive. In short, this element is 2 back-to-back rolls, but as you're going through the second roll, you descend back towards the ground. There's no really good way of describing how this element feels, but just know that it is one of my favorite elements in all of Hersheypark, if not my entire credit count. I still prefer the death roll on Iron Gwazi, which is kind of similar, but no matter what, the flying snake dive will forever be surreal. Sadly, I wasn't able to get a front row ride on this monster, but what I did get was a back row sunset ride, and let me tell you, it was unforgettable. This ride is incredible, and it's an amazing fit at Hersheypark, filling their extreme launch coaster gap. Now, I'm not sure if I can see myself putting Top Thrill 2 above Storm Runner when I eventually ride it later this month, but I am sure that it will be one heck of a fight. Hydraulic launch coasters are becoming more and more rare nowadays. I just hope that Storm Runner has a much, much longer life that will give millions of more riders some great experiences in decades to come. So, what are your thoughts on Storm Runner? Comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.